Jumpspace recently released their big new weapons update that completely changed the state of weapons for the game, in my opinion, for the better. Weapons are no longer only upgradable from Mach 1 to Mach 3. They now have randomized RNG, roguelike, looter shooter style perks, in essence, Borderlands style loot, that makes every gun and even copies of the same gun completely unique and interesting, offering players ways of playstyle, expression, and permanent progression. They also added the ability to save weapons into a maximum of 6 blueprint slots, to which you can keep forever and just tweak the stats on them. While this update is fantastic, there are also some issues that this update has that I would like to try and address. The main ones being weapon customization. The 6 slots really aren't enough when one gun can have over 13 different kinds of builds and varieties on it, and progression is a little bit wonky. I'd like to propose a system directly inspired by the Division 2's library that aims to not only be future proof for when more guns, more mods, and more weapon parts are added, but also solves the issue of players wanting a means of customizing their parts, customizing their mods, and having a form of progression permanently while also respecting the roguelite go out and find your looter aspects of the game. Now, what I'm going to propose, I like to call the database. So, the database, as I stated, is directly inspired by the Division 2's library. The more copies of a gun you find, you can now sacrifice those extra copies to Iris, and the weapon parts, so like a scope, a magazine, a stock, if they add those in the future, all of the mods that are on them now get stored into the database. When you go to craft a weapon, there should be a new UI element that lets you access this database. Clicking on this, by the way, developers, if you see this, this should not be next to the delete button. That's bad UI design. This is just here for the sake of a concept. This is just a mock-up. But when you click on the database button, it will now change the UI to modification. Here you can see I've designed an element for modify your mods, which are your looter roles, and modify your parts, which are your scopes. So let's say, okay, I don't like this fire rate roll that's on this SMG. I'm not really feeling it. I'm going to click on it, open up the available mods thing, and now the game will show me all of the upgradable feature mods from all of the other side clips I have sacrificed to Iris to permanently unlock. So now let's say, well, I kind of like the idea of that reload speed. That might make it help the gun feel better. But I don't like this 3% damage rule. It's not really doing anything for me. So we're going to click on 3% damage, change the UI over to our custom modules we sacrificed. And here you can see I've sacrificed quite a bit of SMGs to get a decent amount of custom modules. I like the idea of this each kill will make your next melee attack inflict EMP, stacking up to 5 times. That could be fun. So I'm going to click on this one. Now that we've done that, our gun should update its UI and change down here. You can now see that that mod has been replaced for reload speed, and the other mod has been replaced for EMP. Now, if I were to click confirm modification, this will cost me 1 blue ingot because I put a blue rarity mod on, and 1 purple ingot because I put a purple rarity mod on. The rarity of the mod will dictate the rarity of the cost for ingots. You can also print guns of a specific type. So I could print a superior SMG if I wanted to, but it's going to cost me 5 to 10 superior ingots. So now if I were to click confirm modification, I would then now just have this SMG with those mods on it. And in my opinion, this eliminates the need for storage because now you can just permanently print a weapon. So let's say I sacrifice a LMG of purple quality to Iris. I can now forever print a basic SMG or an LMG with purple quality and slap on any mods I find across any other LMG onto that LMG. This gives players a way to make it so when they find loot, even the garbage loot still has meaning. Because maybe you find a cool purple mod, or maybe you find a nice blue mod that your gun doesn't have, but it may want. It eliminates the need for storage because you no longer have to worry about having 15 different kinds of weapons and not being able to hold all of them. You throw them into Iris, you change your guns that you like, and you can just swap the parts art whenever you want. And then it also respects the looter like aspects in that in order to get these upgrades and in order to customize your weapons, you have to get the loot yourself. This obeys the rule that was added in the weapons update that you cannot trade weapons with other players if that was not found in that instance. So now players are forced to go out there and discover cool and interesting loot that they give to Iris, destroy it, keep the points and stuff that they got from it, and use those to upgrade however they want. This is future proof in that when they add more weapons, you can just throw the old weapons in there and get parts for your new ones. You can add new, like, say, you add extended magazines. Now you can just go out, find an extended magazine on a side clip, put the extended magazine on my old side clips, and there you go. So now every time that a new weapon or a new ship part or something drops, there is a reason to go and hunt for it across all of the rarities. That's just my suggestion. This was just a really quick thing that I put together. I'm sorry if this was a little frantic. This was just a thing I did this morning. But if you hear this keepsake games, please, please, please consider this. I truly believe that this is a future proofed solution that will address many of the pain points that the community currently have with storage, customization, progression, being almost exclusively based on RNG, and many other things. I would rather not that we take the approach of just adding on more slots because that is a band aid solution to the problem. The problem is that there are so many fun perks that we want to experience with, but regardless of whether you give us 6 slots or 20, we will never be able to hold enough slots to play around with all of the cool tools you've given us. So that's all I've really got. This was just, like I said, a quick thing that I put together, just a little bit of feedback for you, Keepsake Games. If you do this, that would be phenomenal. If not, I'm going to keep playing your game. But what you've done here with the weapons update is genuinely phenomenal, and I am so excited to go play more. In fact, I'm going to go do that right now. So I'll see you guys in the next video. This was just, again, a quick mock up for whatever.